You got me up, baby. I don't think what do you get? Hey, put a hump in your back. You got me up, baby. I don't think any mighty mo. Let your hump fast go. We are all humping people. We love to hump around. Hump around. Hump around. Hump around. We are all humping people. We love to hump around. One more time. We are those humping people. We love to hump.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to season 2, episode 17. I'm your girl, Roz, and your host and your creator of Roz's Happy Hour. This is presented to you by Trisha Entertainment. If this is your first time viewing with us, thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you've been here before, what's up? Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, look, if you're on Facebook, please share the link. Can I get 6 people? Last week I asked for 9. Can I get 6? Just 6 people share the link for me. All right. I appreciate you. If you're watching by YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm almost at 200, so go ahead. Be that number 200. All right. Oh, my goodness. Did you get a chance to see the show last week with Alton Bird, the vice president of the Brooklyn Nets and the Long Island Nets? He was off the hook. Come on, Nets. They pulled it out last night, even though we didn't get to see the game. Listen, let me tell you all what happened to me last night. Preparing for the show, fixing dinner. We got a knock on the door. The police department evacuating us. And when you're talking about being evacuated, and I have a disabled husband, it was so frightening. And I asked, how much time did we have? And they said, now the fire is coming over the hill so we could see the smoke. So we left when I got my husband out. So listen, I just want to help somebody else. When they say get an emergency bag, get an emergency bag. I could not think fast enough of all the things that I needed to pack and get and bring. And so praise God for covering us. We were able to come back this morning. Our house is still here. 3 houses was burnt. We drove around for 2 hours trying to settle in, thinking we could come back home. But thank you, God, for covering us. And so we're here today, and we're just going to have a good time. And it's Wednesday, and I need my drink. I need my drink, y'all. It's Wind Down Wednesday. And we're getting ready to have a great show. So who you got in the playoffs? Let me know. Put it in the comments. And if you have any questions for our guests, please hashtag Roz's Happy Hour. And I'll do my best to grab it. There's a little delay, so sometimes I don't get all of the questions. But hey, our motto here is to bring you the best in arts and entertainment. And I hope we're doing that for you. So let's get into today's broadcast. Would you please welcome to the stage the legendary group, the Gap Band, now called Total X Band. Please put your hands together and welcome Total X. Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey,
Roz.
what's up? What's up?
How's everybody?
Doing good.
Yeah, I saw you guys yesterday, right after we rehearsed, and we got that knock on the door. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty frightening. But hey, we here, so let's keep it moving.
And you know what, Roz? I heard your introduction. I didn't know you called it Wind Down Wednesday, but I went ahead and got prepared.
Yeah, Roman unmute.
You winding down? Wow.
So, wind down.
So who does the introduction on stage? When you guys,
I do, Oliver. So
let's do a introduction to the people.
Okay, so
do it like you do it on stage, and then I'll take it from there.
What? No, okay. Well, we got a groove going, and then I just go one by one, and we start to go left to right. So we're gonna start with me. I'm Oliver Scott. I play keyboards and I sing, lead and background vocals. And we move down into the right-hand corner at the bottom on keyboards from Buffalo, New York, Mr. Billy. Yeah.
Hold on. I need time to. Billy.
Yes, sir.
Who we got next?
All right, and to the left of Billy, in the center, right beneath me, if it looks the same to you all, that's Mr. Anthony Baby Gap Walker.
What's up?
Hey.
And of course, he's from the Chi.
All right, we'll get into location. Who we got next?
To the left of him at the bottom there. Who hails from Louisville, Kentucky, by way of Helsinki, Finland now, our lead singer, Charles Maxie Soter.
What's up? Thank you. What's going on?
And then last but not least, in the top right corner, with that beautiful hat on.
Ah.
Yeah, from the Natty, my good friend and brother on keys, Mr. Roman Johnson.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, so before we keep going, let's holler at a couple people on here. That's Laura. That's my girl. What's up, Laura? Okay, wait a minute. I'm missing people. All right, that's my girl from Chicago by way of Arizona. I'm here patiently waiting.
All right.
There they are. Okay, Walt, what's up, Walt? Did you share my link to the group? Thank you. Hey, Shirlene, that's another Chicago's in the house.
Wow,
Thank
Chi-Town
you.
rolling.
Yes.
Chi-Town is rolling. All right.
Oh.
Jackson, Mr. Roman Johnson, sexy, she said.
What's up?
Oh,
Here
I
we
put
go.
that one back. Look,
Here we go.
okay.
Thank you, man.
All
Thank
the
you.
time.
Tony Wright, what's up, peeps? How y'all doing out there? Who we got? Corey the Poet is in the house.
Mm.
He is going out opening for Yolanda Adams and
Oh, wow, cool.
tomorrow on Friday. I can't even think. Sorry, put it in the chat. Oh, somebody from Oklahoma's in the house. Sharon,
All right,
welcome. Okay. Uh-oh, she said, what's up, people? Wait a minute. Okay.
Right.
What's up?
Another one from Oklahoma. All right. Well, let's see what's going on. So we introduced the band. So how are you guys all doing post-pandemic?
Yeah.
Still here.
Yeah, part of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad to be out of it. I know down here, I'm in Texas. I'm in Houston, and so it's, Texas is wild. But
Oh yeah, y'all never closed down, did you?
yeah, a lot of places never closed down, but some of us more sane people did, and but it's been getting to open up a little bit now. It was crazy. It was crazy, but we survived it. We went through it, and we just glad it's clearing up some, and hopefully it doesn't get any more steam down here, man.
Yeah.
We got a lot of anti-maskers down here, and I don't want to jump on anybody.
Yeah.
It's a very personal decision, but
Right.
So let me ask you this. So Total Experience, Total X, stays true to the heart of the musical classics with an infusion of contemporary production. Wow. Can you tell me what that means? Infusion of contemporary production? What the?
I have no idea, Roman. You want to take that?
Well, I guess that's more so means, we keep it real to real R&B, at the same time giving enough of an edge of, the new sounds. And, that's pretty much what that means. You know what I mean? We try to stay fresh, but at the same time, stay, true to what we do and stay in our lane, for the most part, and we want to keep a certain part of Black music in its proper place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's a good way of saying it, Roman.
Keeping the funk alive.
we got
keeping
to.
the funk alive.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, y'all, because y'all be keeping it funky.
Yes, sir.
Keep it funky. That's what
Gotta keep
JB
it
said. It's got to be funky. What's the number you do?
It's got to be a funk.
It's got to be the funk. Well, did I toast and say I'm scared to drink because I don't know if I have to evacuate, then I might be buzzed. But I'm gonna drink though.
Well, take it with you.
When the police come to the door, I got my drink, huh? You want me to do what?
Right.
Well, at this time of the show, this is a Father's Day tribute, and we like to do a tribute to all of you brothers on there. Stand by. Father's Day to all the men and brothers online today, and a special happy Father's Day to my husband, Clemmy, and to Total X Band.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Welcome. What does Father's Day mean to you, baby Gap?
Hey, Father Day mean a lot to me, especially when you still got your father around, and then those that don't, it's fathers can always be in the heart, even for your kids and just being there, to have the people around you all the time, loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. Maxie, can we talk about the lead singer of Total X Band? And we're going to talk more with Maxie a little later, but what does Father's Day mean to you, Max?
Well, it's like I said, respect for your elders, your father, because the man is, in our family, was traditionally the leader of the house, the man that went out and won the bread, did for his kids and his family, and try to be there through thick and thin.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. Oliver Stone.
She did it, Roma. She did it, Roma. She did it. I knew it was coming.
It's okay. Inside joke.
I'm not gonna respond until you say my name right.
Oliver Scott. What
Okay.
does Father's Day mean to you?
Well, Father's Day means a lot to me in that I got some folk that came out of me who carry that same name, Scott. That if you say my name wrong, they get a little upset and they get protective of me. But I got some wonderful children. It just means that I get to be appreciated by them. My kids really show a lot of appreciation for me, and they try to do things that make me feel great all the time. But especially on Father's Day, prepare things for me, bring gifts, and unfortunately, it doesn't compare to Mother's Day. But we'll take what we get. Us fathers, we'll take what we get.
Amen. And somebody said, and I'm going to play that again. She said, "Happy Father's Day, Black Kings."
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shante.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day. Yes. Roman, what's Father's Day to you? What's his Father's Day mean to you?
Well, to me, it means giving honor to real fathers, not just, seed donors,
Yeah.
It's a big difference. Fathers carry a lot of responsibility, but when you're doing your job, it's well received and loved. And, I miss my father. I lost my father, I guess now 13 years ago.
Wow.
And he was one heck of a man. Matter of fact, there's a street in Cincinnati named after him.
Yeah.
And so I'm honored and blessed to be able to have that. But yes, that's what Father's Day. You're just giving honor to really good men that are doing their duty as a father, raising your kids and doing the best that you can.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah, this is a perfect time let's go to early in the morning. Y'all, let's check out Total X on stage. Stand by.
Hello.
Catches the one.
this one
Yeah.
a little bit. What's up? Early in the morning.
Yeah.
So let me we got Maxie, lead singer, Roman Johnson, keyboardist, Billy Young, Baby Gap, Oliver Scott, musical director, Anthony Walker, sorry about that, aka Baby Gap. And this is
Yes, sir.
called Total Experience, bringing back the sound that we all love, good R&B music. Can one of you share what we can expect when we see Total X live in concert?
Well, one of the main things you're gonna get that, when we functioned with the Gap Band and as the Gap Band, there was always a lot of, beside the funk, a lot of really good energy. And so when you see us, you're gonna feel the energy in the music, and it's gonna pull on you. And so when you come to our concerts, expect that energy to pull on you and get you going, because that's what we bring. We bring funk, but it's also just, there's an energy in the music that just pulls on you, that pulse. I mean, I was listening just now, man. I was like, man, that's nice. I mean, even though it's us, it's like, man, that's nice. It was pulling on me.
Mm-hmm.
So you come to our concerts, you're gonna get that energy. You get that energy, man. Baby Gap, Maxie out front, doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Roman whacking on that bass like nobody I've ever heard before. And it's just, you put it all together, man, and it pulls on you. It pulls on you.
Yeah.
We most definitely love to interact with the crowd, keep the crowd in.
Okay.
So they are part of everything we do. That's one of the main things, because I always say you can listen to a record at home. When you go to a concert, you want to see something, you want to feel something. So we do just that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you definitely want to see something. So are you all on stage performing all of Gap music, or is there any other music during your show?
Well, we try to interject some different things. Most of it is Gap. I mean, we honor the tradition of what was built and our part that we contributed to it, ever how big or small people may think it is. We still are able to do that music authentically the way it was written. We were a part of it when it was being born. And so 85-90% of what we do is going to be from that catalog. But we infuse some new, we got some new music that we're doing. Okay. And then, we try to interject some recognizable other funk stuff. We may do a little groove by Parliament. We may do a little Roger groove. We may, throw in some little spices from other people, but it's mostly Gap Band stuff.
Okay. Let me holler at Pauletta. She says, this is a spectacular interview. We just getting started.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
keeping the culture alive with our kings and queens of sound, soul, and love. Happy Father's Day to all the brothers, granddads, great-grands, and sisters who've had to be dad to their children.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes, most
That's
definitely.
important too. Yeah.
And you know what, Roz? Can I just say something about Father's Day and fathers? It's beyond just biological fathers. There are father-like ones in our lives who don't necessarily have kids that came out of their loins, but they can be father-like figures in the lives of other people. So it's beyond biology. It's beyond biology.
We need mentors.
Yes.
And you hear a lot of women sometimes, because the father's not around, they be the mother and the father. So, you hear that a lot too.
A lot of that.
So we give honor to them too, We give honor to them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So check it out. Let's check out the band one more time, and then I'm gonna go individually and talk about who y'all are individually. Hang on, let's take a look at Outstanding. Ooh, I'm ready to
Yeah.
go. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Outstanding. That's what it was.
Yes.
Outstanding. Total X band is in the house.
Total
So
X.
listen, these are
Yeah.
some bad dudes. These are some bad dudes. Every one of them are bad. But before I get into that, let me tell you about one particular individual that I've been knowing for some 30 years. Roman, what's up, Roman?
What's up, babe? What's up,
You
Roz?
gotta tell people. Listen, I keep telling y'all every time I come online, you got to be careful when you meet people because you never know who you're meeting.
Yeah.
Roman and I, well, actually, Roman, we met when Suge Knight knocked out a fan.
Oh, that night. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh
I
wow.
remember that. And the
We
guy laid on
go,
the ground.
yes, we go way back to when Suge Knight was running things. And
Yeah.
Roman saved us. We were coming out the concert, me and my girlfriend, and we were lost. And I mean, all of a sudden we see somebody just knock this guy out to the curb. And Roman said, y'all come on, come on, come on, y'all come on. Didn't you, Roman? You said, come on, come on.
Yeah, that's a trip. Yeah, that was up there in the Bay. It was in
Wow.
It was
Oakland
it
at the
was in
Paramount
Oakland.
Theater. Yeah, the
Yep,
Paramount Theater.
yep. It
Hmm.
was at the
Yeah,
Fairmont Theater.
yeah.
Absolutely. And we have been friends ever since. And
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
trip.
Had to play this song outstanding. Knocked me out, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was at that
yeah,
time. I was with Morris Day.
Morris Day, that's right.
Yeah,
And the
with the
guy
line.
wanted to take a picture of Morris
Morris
Day.
Day.
And
Yeah,
Suge Knight said no. And the guy took the picture. And next thing I know, he was out. Quick
pow.
boom.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
But that guy, he was trying to get paid for sure because he laid on that ground. He didn't move till paramedics came. Don't touch me. Don't I'm not moving
Yeah.
an inch.
Until I get my check.
Yep.
But for you all that don't know, Roman has played with some of everyone in the industry. He's
Yeah,
currently
buddy.
playing for Stevie Wonder. In fact, my pastor wanted to meet Stevie Wonder. It had been a long time
Wow.
dream of his. And Roman made that happen. So thank you. If I
Wow.
didn't
Yeah,
never
you're
say thank
welcome.
you, how much that meant to my pastor.
Oh, my
And
pleasure. My pleasure.
tell us some of the other people that you've worked with and
Well, it's been sort of a long career. Go back a few days now. I started out with the Gap Band. That was like back in 84, I believe. Yeah, 84, 84,
Yeah,
85.
something like that. Yeah.
And then from that point on, I also went on to work with Karen White. I just saw her recently doing an interview. And I was her musical director doing her Superwoman tours.
Okay.
Let's see who else I did. And then after that, I think I did Tony Braxton. I was her musical director as well. And In Vogue, I did
In Vogue,
their
yeah.
yes, their all of their big tours. I was their musical director as well. And I was also the musical director simultaneously for the Isley Brothers. And I was with them about 15 years while I still sort of juggling around back and forth. And I guess now it's been almost 13 years with Stevie. Started with him in 2007. Yeah. And but at the same time, having my love, where I first started too. That's right here with these groove, with this band. I mean, it's just a part of me. This is what helped to shape me in my professional career. So I will always give back and have first love for this band and the
Yeah.
guys that are here. You know what I mean? Because we're going back now I think I've known these guys. I was about 2, and it was about 35 years
See,
ago. So
see, see, see.
He
Well, if you was
said,
2, I was 3.
right.
right. So that's another question then. How long you been in the music industry, Roman? Like, I mean,
Oh,
all your adult life, because you was
yeah, all of
young
my
when I
life.
met
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I actually started out when I got to LA. I was from Cincinnati, Ohio. I was 19 when I got with the guy there,
Mm,
Wow.
wow.
and now I'm 25. It's just been a long stretch.
Yeah, it's a long,
Long
it's a long
journey.
time.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, it's
yeah.
been a
Wow.
long time. Yeah,
I
I
mean, I'm
started at
talking.
19 years old in the professional side of the music business, and I've been blessed, thank God. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
dude.
Nice.
19.
Yeah.
Wow. But
Well,
you
I
also
tell you
done,
guys.
but you're being modest because you've also worked with In Vogue, Tony
Right.
Braxton, New Edition. I
Yeah.
mean,
Plus,
he's
that's a
worked with,
long
like,
list.
it's a
Yeah,
long
he
list.
is.
Natalie
Yeah.
Cole.
Yeah.
Um, oh, wait a
Oh
minute.
my
And then
goodness.
you've even done the Rolling Stones.
We actually opened up. That was with the Isley Brothers, and we did the
Oh,
SARS Fest. And at that time, I think that was the biggest crowd had ever been formed in North America, and I think there was about 500,000 people on that
right,
show. And
right.
yeah, we did the
Didn't know
actual
that
SARS
either.
Fest. I don't know. You
Huh.
sort of.
Why are folks dropping off? Where we go? Where they at?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that.
Disappearing on us.
Yeah. Okay, well
Billy
we gonna keep it.
Billy was gone. He's back.
Maybe
Yeah,
And
we gonna
Billy, can you
oh,
hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, but maybe because of my location, I have a terrible connection. Everybody's
uh,
jumping, and
okay,
it's just a pretty
okay.
bad
All
connection right
right.
here.
Good evening, Rosalind from Carmen Wright. Hey Carmen, good evening. All right, so let's talk to um Max C. Max C is over in Finland, y'all. Finland. How in the world did you get this? But this brother is the baddest singer overseas.
Yes, sir.
He's
uh,
multi-talented singer-songwriter. Come on, Max. What's
well,
happening?
as you said before in the program, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky originally. I got over to Finland back in 1984. I was the first person invited to teach street dancing and hip hop in Finland at the Helsinki Dance Academy. So I started
Mhm.
out as a dancer, but of course, been in music all my life. My mom's a gospel singer, my brother's a gospel singer. And once I got over there, I started teaching and then, start dibble dabbling in the music and started, performing for different people and different, you know, organizations. And it just grew from there. And I kind of formed my own group around 1986. I had a duo singing with a Finnish girl. We made an album that did well in Finland. And then 3, 4 years later, I formed another band called Third Nation with an English brother from East London named James Black, and we became
Mm.
Third Nation. It was three of us: a Finnish guy, an English guy, an American guy. So we became Third Nation. We had a top 10 American Billboard hit in 1993 with a song called "I Believe" that I wrote, and it
Mm.
was through a Swedish record label called Sweetmix Records under Stonebridge. And if you don't know who Stonebridge is the producer that produced and made the song with Robin S classic house track, EDM track called "Show Me Love." You know that. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure you know that song. And
Mhm.
you know that song. Everybody
Yeah,
knows.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
so he was the guy that made that. He signed us, and we had our first hit song in '93. And from there, I just kept rising up, kept singing with different people, writing for DJs. The DJ thing became big. And I just started writing
Mm.
for a number of DJs, David Guetta, Axwell, very well-known DJs from Europe, and it grew from there. And I just kept doing my thing.
Nice. Wait a minute though, but you sing 4 octave? Is that what I is
Yeah,
what?
pretty much. Pretty much. I think in my young days, yeah, it was a lot easier. I'm
Uh,
getting old. I'm getting old now, so I'm still trying to hang in there and everything, trying to keep myself healthy and everything. I don't drink alcohol, don't do drugs, and don't smoke. So I still exercise and still look pretty good for old guy. I'm 61
yeah.
now. I'll be 62 years old pretty soon. So
Wow.
I'm doing good, I think.
Yeah, you're doing real good, bro.
Thank you.
Hey, so but Max, you've opened over in Europe for Whitney
Yeah.
Houston.
Yes.
Um, oh my God, Snoop
Quite a few.
Dogg,
Snoop
Josh
Dogg.
Stone.
Yes. Josh Stone, Diddy, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Shaggy,
Ooh,
a whole bunch of
ooh.
people. Yeah, a whole bunch of them.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of
nice.
easy. It's kind of easy being when you're the only black entertainer in the country.
Oh,
Right.
You're the go-to guy. You're the go-to guy when a lot of
they
black
need to.
artists, yeah, when a lot of black artists come to Helsinki, they want somebody basically to open up that'll get the party started and everything. So I get called a lot, and I
Yeah,
pretty a lot of things in Finland.
nice,
Right.
nice. Well, whew, got a lot of history there.
Yeah, yeah. How I got with these guys, I mean, basically, I got to give all the praise to Baby Gap because in 2010 I started my YouTube channel and I was trying to figure out, well, how can I promote myself? How can I get people to check me out and see what I do? So I ended up singing one of Charlie Wilson's songs. He had a song out in 2010 called "Without You," which is one of his biggest hits. And I did an acapella of it, and I sang it and put it on my YouTube channel. And after
Hmm.
that, a lot of people start writing messages to me and getting in touch with me. And Baby Gap was one of the guys that got in touch with me and started telling me who he was. Hey man, I'm Baby Gap, man. I'm with the Gap Band, and man, I just saw your video, man. You sound just like Charlie. You sound like Charlie, man. Man, we gotta talk, man. We gotta talk. So that's how that whole thing started, and that's how I got
Wow,
into the Gap Band and Gap Experience, and now Total X.
Awesome.
nice,
Baby
nice
Gap,
history.
big ups, baby.
Yeah. Well, let's talk to Baby Gap. Well, hold on. Baby Gap,
And
you
I ain't
like
nobody. I see everybody let's move.
what? What? So, Baby Gap, the name came from actually Charlie Wilson named you Baby Gap, and Roman named you Middle Age Gap. But where did Baby Gap come
Listen,
from?
Olive, I hear you. Only person I hear is you.
Okay, well,
Okay.
she's asking you, where did Baby Gap come from? She was talking about how Charlie known you Baby Gap and Roma called you Middle Age Gap.
Well, does
So
somebody
Oh,
else know?
okay.
They
Oh,
can tell us.
yeah.
Somebody
Well,
else can tell us.
it started.
yeah.
Let's take it all the way back when it started in Chicago. Um, I had a dance group back in Chicago. We was going by the
Uh-huh.
name of Tidal Wave, and Tidal Wave breakdance. We was breaking, popping, and way before Michael and all that kind of stuff. We was doing our thing, and we actually won a contest
Hmm.
where Jesse Jackson Push for Excellence. It was like a thing they used to do back in Chicago, where
Mm.
you take the young kids in the community and put them all together and had this big contest. And we took first place, and we got a chance to go to New Orleans and
Mm.
perform in front of Shalimar. And at that time, with the Whispers, it was a that was like the big thing. Like, wow, you never left Chicago, but you finally out here on a big stage. Well, from that, ended up getting with the Gap Band. Charlie and them came in town. The first single they had was "Shake Your Booty,"
Mm.
and these
Yeah.
guys pop up with these cowboy hats on their heads and everything. It was like, hold up, man, who you guys are? Yeah, yeah. "Shake Your Booty" was the first single. That
It
was the
was.
song. Um, and nobody knew who they was, but yeah. And then Robert, the youngest brother at the time, Robert was like, "Hey man, I seen you dance, man. I danced this guy named Pop Lock." I said, "Who was Pop Lock? I ain't never heard no Pop Lock." I guess they had some other dancer that was dancing at that time. And we'll make a long story short, we they came to do the show in Chicago,
Yeah.
and they decided, do the radio interview, and they was talking about it, and they came over to my mom's house and everything. And I said, these guys are really somebody. So I decided to go down to the show that day. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go down. I just wanted to dance on the show, and end up performing with the guy that night. And Charlie said, "Man, you stole my show, man." And dude, yeah, I see this guy sliding all across the stage and getting on. We want to take you on tour. And at that time, I was just getting ready to graduate out of high school, and it was kind of a situation where my mom, my dad showed up, and they was like, "Well, it's up to your dad if you want to go somewhere." My dad said, "Well, I left home when I was 14." So that was like, Charlie was like, "Man, go get your bags. I'm not gonna take you. You go get your bags and get back." So
Right.
from that, got on this big old tour bus. I'm looking around. I ain't never been left Chicago before, and I'm looking at all these guys and everybody. Man, you going on the tour? I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I'm going." And Charlie's like, "Well, we're gonna give you the name Baby Gap because you're the youngest out of the band. You're gonna be the baby of the bunch now." So through everybody around, I learned from Oliver Scott. I learned from everybody around, Jimmy Macon, and I picked up little everything from everybody around the group. And before you know it, singing background, doing choreography, helping with the videos, and you name it, I was doing it. So and from that is Baby Gap was born. My grandmother said to me, she said, "Where you going, boy?" I said, "Grandma, I'm going to California to become a star."
True story. True story.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, but you've been on Solid Gold with Dick Clark. You've been on all Soul Train, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
She was asking about your. Yeah, he still can't hear you, but she was asking about you've been on Dick Clark, Solid Gold. You've been on Soul Train,
American Bandstand, all that.
American Bandstand.
American Bandstand, and upstage the band every time they asked more about him than they did anybody.
Wow. So and, he's coordinating this
stuff for about 3 weeks in Europe, and then I know we've had other people show him how to moonwalk and all that, but I feel honored to know that I influenced a lot of it, because after that tour we was overseas, and when we got back, Michael, the first time you ever seen Michael moonwalk was the 25th anniversary of Motown.
Michael Jackson.
He turned around and went to Billie Jean, slid 3 times, and Charlie called me on the phone. He said, "Baby Gap, did you just see that?" I said, "Oh yeah." I seen it. It was cool. And it's been an honor, to know that you influence other people all around the world, good places, and I just have dance groups that follow us all around. They go from city to city watching, and in one contest, that was the thing, man. Everybody used to contest, wasn't no shooting, and none of that. Everybody just wanted, I'll dance you, and that was the thing at that time. So enjoy myself.
Laura said, "Bring back the hot pants days."
I wish I could hear.
Yes. Yeah.
So Roz, Baby Gap still can't hear you, so we just
he has to go out. Yeah, he has to go out and come back because
you got to go out and come back, Baby Gap. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk now to where are we going now? We're gonna go to who did the beats for Pebbles? Was that Baby Gap? Yep.
Yeah. I also worked on that record too.
Yeah, Billy.
Record too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you worked on that record too.
Yeah, but he's he
Billy
needs
did.
to,
we both worked on that record too.
Yeah. Look, at this point, let's check out you guys some more online. Let's go to this song, and we're gonna come back. Billy, you're kind of Wow.
Okay,
See,
thank you. I could hear you.
okay.
You can hear us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I can hear you now.
I need Billy to mute. Okay, he's muted. So we'll have somebody speak for Billy. But who wrote
Hmm.
Yearning?
Uh,
Yearning
That
for
guy
Mr.
over
Oliver
there.
Scott.
love. Let's
hey, that's my claim to
Oliver
fame.
Scott.
I won't shy away from it.
Or
Tell
was
us
it Oliver
about it,
Stone? Which
brother.
one was it?
Yeah. Hey, baby, got don't play. You know what? I wrote that song. I think I'd been in Los Angeles about 3 years. I moved there in '77. I got with the band, with Gap Band in what year was that? I think it was 79, 80. When 79, 80. And so after I'd gone on one tour, matter of fact, Baby Gap was talking about a while ago, when he got with the band, I was out of all of this group right here now, I was the only one in the band, I think, when Baby Gap got in the band. And later on that same tour, Billy got in the band, and he'll tell you about that, and a couple other guys. But I've been in the band a couple of years, and I hadn't really started to make a lot of money yet. So I had a little. It wasn't even a one bedroom. It had an area for a bed. It wasn't a bedroom. It was just the area where you put your bed, and then you come out and you have your living room, and in that little place, man, God graced me with that idea. I still got the first recording of it, and it sounds a lot like what it does now. But getting with the band and the musicians that were in the Gap Band brought so much more flavor and energy to it. And it made me fall in love with playing with band. That is my favorite construct for doing music, is a self-contained band. And I guess the best pattern of that in our times was, bands like Earth, Wind and Fire. They were the top tier guys. But I'm saying that influence. But I loved it, man. We got with the band. We recorded it in Nashville. We were on tour, and I taught it to the band. We recorded on the 8-track studio. And it went so good, we got back and working on this was on the Gap's second album, because Shaky Booty was on the first and Baby Gap was right on now. In the second album, Yearning was one of the first songs that we did. But the song was just born out of my first love has been writing and producing. Like you hear Roman's such a gifted musician, talk about all of the different groups that he's been able to be their musical director. Gap Band and Yarborough and Peoples and kind of the Total Experience family there on the corner of Argyle and Yucca. That's kind of where I got all my baptism into the music industry. And soon thereafter, after 3 years, exited and started doing, got saved and started doing nothing but Christian music. So, but my 3.5 years there saw me, I kind of elevated. Charlie and really liked me, and he gave me some responsibilities with kind of being what we called a band leader back then. It wasn't called a musical director, MD. It's called band leader. But it was a great time, and that mix of players, Fred Jenkins on guitar, da 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 da. I didn't write that. Fred just started playing along, and that's one of the most signature parts on the whole song. I wrote the song, but that part, Fred came up with that. And, then Robert on the bass. I wrote don't, 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 don't. But when Robert got a hold of it, he boom, don't. He gave it a kind of a lope. So everybody brought something to it in a way that gave it that Gap Band sound. Even though I wrote it, the band helped bring it to that sound that we hear now. That's kind of like, it was never a hit, but it's become kind of an R&B classic, and so I'm very proud of it, man. And Ronnie Wilson also contributed on. I tell y'all a bad side of me. I came to the studio the night after we recorded it. I thought we were through. The band was through, right? I didn't bring my lyrics. All I had was my hooks. I had my heart is yearning for your love, and then the bridge. My heart, but my verses, I left them at home, and unfortunately, I couldn't remember because I drank too much Ripple that night. And so Ronnie
made up some lyrics.
No, I didn't make up. Ronnie was like, "Man, let's do this, man." So Ronnie actually went and started writing some lyrics, and we was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." And so Ronnie ended up writing those verses. The time has come. The melody was kind of I knew the melody, but I didn't have my words with me. And I was lit, man. I was lit. Wow. It was horrible. But anyway, it worked out. because Ronnie got to contribute those lyrics. And then, of course, when Charlie puts his voice on anything, he brings that unique sound that he has. And so it's been one of the things that I'm most proud of, is being a part of something like that.
And I have to say, let me interject on that too. The thing is, and by me being so young, I used to always go around to everybody's room and watch. And Oliver used to play night and day. He'd be in the room where just rehearsing and playing on his keyboards and I'm just watching. I sit right next to him, just watching play. And that record to me with Glenn Nightingale.
Oh man, Glenn, the solo,
When he put that solo on there, it was a whole nother different sound. It just put it all together. Everything just came together. You know why? Because of more of a family unit, and it was a lot of love in the room. Everybody should have fun doing what you do. Check them attitudes at the door, and it was all good. So,
and that's what we're trying to get back to, checking the attitude at the door and doing what we love doing, playing the music that we're a part of, being, all those years. And we got Maxie, a great sounding voice, and it's what we want to get back to that,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say that I loved about you guys is the camaraderie.
Yeah.
You could see it in the show.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we're gonna try and see if Billy's mic is working. If not, somebody else can tell us about Billy. But let's
can't nobody tell it like Billy can tell it.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yes.
We can hear you now.
We can hear
you. We can hear you.
What you want to know, Roz?
That's Billy for you.
Tell it all. Tell it all.
Don't tell it all. Don't tell it all. No,
don't tell it all.
Billy, you've had 22 years in the music industry.
Yeah.
As a keyboardist. I mean,
a lot more years than that. No, I had 22 years with the Gap Band.
The Gap Band.
Just 22 with
the music industry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, right before Maurice White died, where it's in the fire, he became one of my best friends, and I had 6 songs on a Heritage album, and me and Maurice joked about that was the only Earth, Wind and Fire album that somebody's name was on it more than his.
Wow.
And a quick story. There was one time I had Maurice White, Ramsey Lewis, and Boz Scaggs at my house at the same time. And one of my friends was coming over. One of my friends came over, and I was upstairs because I arranged 3 of Ramsey Lewis's albums for GRP. For GRP music, and Chicoria was the executive producer.
Try again.
Hello?
There you go.
We hear you, Billy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I heard a guy, but it was funny.
I don't know who that was. Would you try again? Yeah.
I was like, who is that?
Please try again, Billy.
Yeah,
that was me. I hit the wrong button.
No.
Okay, that's Roz. Okay, all right.
Lord
Go ahead,
have
Billy.
mercy. That was the host. No. Okay, about my Gap Band history. There was a keyboard player in the Gap Band back in 79 and 80 when Guthrie was band. His name was John Black.
John Black, yes sir.
And
y'all help him out.
And I'm out of the Church of God in Christ. So it's
he's wearing that hat.
Nobody can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, go ahead, Billy.
We hear you.
Go ahead, Billy.
I thought you knew.
You hear yourself.
Yeah.
Can you hear yourself?
Thanks,
Billy?
Lord. Now he done switched the hat even more. Okay. All right. There you go. There you go.
No.
Listen.
No, and John Black was. I used to play for John Black and his sisters at the Church of God in Christ convention. I used to play with for him and for the Twinkie Clark and the Clark sisters also. But and I was like 13, 14, 15 years old. And then John had got with the Gap Band, and everybody thought it was this saxophone player from Buffalo named Earl Roberson that actually got me hooked up with Charlie and those guys. but it was
Mhm.
actually John Black. He was leaving because his father was a pastor in
Yep.
L.A. And then he told Charlie and him about me and whatnot. So I was in college. I was in my third year of college at State University of New York at Brockport, and and
Yeah.
and and, and Earl was already in the band, the sax player. He was already in the band. He said, "Billy, Charlie and want to meet you." And this was in 1981. I
Okay.
think "Burn Rubber" and "Yearning for Your Love." Those are the
Oh,
and
nice.
and I caught a Greyhound bus from Buffalo to Hollywood with $20 in my pocket. Wasn't no internet, wasn't no cell
Wow.
phone. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no cash apps, none of that. A Zelle,
Yeah.
none of that. I had $20 and it took 3 days.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
took
That's
three
funny, y'all.
days
The
to
scenic
Yeah.
go
route.
across country. And when I got to the studio, Earl picked me up at the Hollywood bus stop, Hollywood Greyhound station, took me over to the studio, and when we went to Total Experience Studio on the corner of Yucca and Argyle. I think they
Yep.
tore that down now.
Yeah, they
Mm.
did. It's gone.
They brought me in the back, and they said, "Oh, this is Billy Young," and then Charlie said, "Okay, sit down and play." I sat down and played. I mean, I literally played for like 30 seconds. He said, "Okay, that's it. You in the band." And that was the
Wow.
end of it. And it was just wonderful being around that kind of electricity, because
Yeah.
some of those hits the Gap Band got, just like Gussie was talking about Yearning, some of those hits that the Gap Band had, they had them hits on the fly. There was no pre-production. There was no writing down lyrics. They did that stuff with Rudy Taylor, Ronnie Wilson, Gussie,
Mm.
and a whole bunch of those guys. They just did that stuff right there on the fly. That was the
Yeah.
magic of those songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, the whole idea of Party Train. Lonnie Simmons said, "Billy, sit down and play." And I just played that intro Party Train. Then I just started playing that little groove, and that was the whole song right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Real quick, what people didn't know that in 1985. Wait, back up a little bit. I've known Baby Gap, and I met Roman, I think, in 1984,
Hmm.
83 or 84.
Mhm.
But I met, which was the late 30s.
Yeah. I don't think we're
That
gonna be
many
able to
years
tell
ago.
the
But I
whole
met Baby
story.
Gap and Gussie in 1981. Do you know that's 40 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
And me and Baby Gap was the only spin-off group from the Gap Band, and we released the album in 1985 called Billy and Baby Gap, and Charlie was the executive producer. Me and Baby Gap used to live with Charlie. I mean, and
Wow.
that's an unsung story. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't
So
sing it. Don't
But
start
yeah.
singing.
I
Yeah.
was being around
Yeah,
these guys,
but
Raymond
I remember
But
Calhoun
Charlie when we went to rehearsal. Charlie pulled me to the side.
Terry
He said,
Scott and
hmm
yeah.
Ronnie Kaufman and those guys, and Roman.
Yeah. So
"What?"
we just lost your sound, Billy. So
He talked too
yeah, we
long.
gotta
Well,
yeah. I'm
anyway,
gonna mute him.
yeah,
I'm gonna mute him
yeah.
because I'm getting
Well,
You
some
got
feedback.
it.
Charlie asked me. He said, "What you think about the new keyboard player, Baby Gap?" I said, "Yeah, he cool." I said, "Who? The guy that stutter?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, how you think?" I said, "Yeah, he cool. He just asked me to go get him a sneakers from the
Sneakers.
store." And ever since then, Charlie he liked Billy. He's like Billy. Billy
Hello.
got a different way of playing. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Roman got his own style, Gussie got his style. Everybody got their, but together they dangerous. I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
dangerous.
All you guys are dangerous together. So
Can anybody
let's
hear me?
take this out. Yeah. Let's. You rocking. Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
Roman.
no,
You
no,
know
no.
who you remind me of on that
No,
one.
no. And one quick other story. I was at Total Experience Studio. I had wrote this song, and Ronnie Wilson said we just started. He said I think we was at Kleinhand's Music Hall in Buffalo, and I just started playing
Uh-huh.
this little. I was just playing this little groove, and then Ronnie said we need to record that, so we recorded that Total Experience Studio.
Yeah.
So I was upstairs asleep, and then Bernard Spears, he was a studio manager. He came up there and said, Billy, come downstairs. Charlie wants you to see something. And in the studio, it was Charlie and Stevie Wonder, and Ronnie had left already, but it was just Charlie and Stevie Wonder, and that song was called "Someday We All Be Free."
We'll be free.
Oh, that's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just been a blessing to just be around some of the legendary people that I've been around, and the guys that I'm with now, right now, Gussie and Roman are two of my favorite keyboard players of life.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a wonderful thing. So look, we're
Yeah.
coming close to an end, and I want to get some more
Okay.
things in.
Okay.
But I love the stories. Everybody loves the stories. You guys what's your favorite Gap Band song? Put it in the comments for me. I'd love to hear it. But I want you all to experience Total X. Stand by.
Total X, the band! Party people, get on your feet! Come on! Just because you're not for real. Just because you're not for real. Why you wanna hurt me? Well, I never ever had a love. Put the pedal to the metal when on me. I'll send girl, you knock me out. Girl, you know, you knock me out. Exciting. It makes me wanna shout. My heart is a yearning for your love. Oh, baby. Is a yearning for your love. Come on, girl. So I gotta get up every morning.
Yeah,
Gotta make a book. Lesson I learned. Gotta find me a love that won't run the club. Gotta find me a lover that won't run the mother. So I gotta get up in the morning. Find me a love. So I gotta get up. Everybody on the road. Anybody wanna take a ride? You miss that train. Don't miss that ride train. Now everybody on the road. Baby, you took a bomb on me. I'm gonna get away with it. You took a bomb on me. Baby, you took a bomb on me. Come on, sing. Everybody, don't forget it. Sing it for me one more time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, that
That's
was fire, man.
that's hot. That's
Wow,
hot.
that's fire, man. That's some fire on that stage, boy.
Listen, I
Mhm.
need
Yeah, I missed
everybody
that.
out there to go request Total X for your next to your local promoters. Call me. I'll hook you
Yeah,
up. We'll get them on the show. We need to get these guys back working
it's
now that
time.
we're opening back up. I know you guys
Yeah.
missed the stage.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Oh
oh,
man,
man.
that was like a drug right there. I don't know why you did that. That messed me up for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Definitely
Man.
missed that. Yeah.
Yeah. Walt, which one of your favorites? Open up your mind wide. Huh?
Yeah.
Y'all know that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Double.
absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, Walt, you taught me something right quick.
Yeah. We used to
Hey,
do that as an
Sister
opener.
Sharon, what you know about burn rubber early in the morning? Oh, outstanding.
You know, all of
them.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yes. And Carmen, early in the morning, outstanding. Burn rubber on me. Oh, Billy, this one's for you. Laura, we love you. Billy.
Oh
I
wow.
love y'all
Man.
back, baby. I love you too back.
Okay. You're talking to musicians now. Yeah.
They say, I love you back, baby. I love you back.
Hey guys,
Oh,
Fred Jenkins is tuning in. He said hello. We
What?
was just talking about him.
What up,
Oh,
Fred?
Fred.
Learning
What's
We
from
up,
your
love
Fred?
you,
last guitar
man.
player.
Miss
Yes.
you,
We
man.
call
oh.
Fred. We
Yeah.
call Fred the locksmith because
Yes,
Yeah.
when he
sir.
plays, he locks in. He don't play. He don't
Like the
play.
Bible
He's
says.
so, he's also from Chicago, and he was one of the people
Oh,
that told
yeah.
me
No, he don't
that.
play.
Yeah, he told me, baby Gap, you need to go. You need to go on. Come on out here, man. Come on out. He talked me into it. He
Yeah.
took me down the street and bought a what was it, a submarine sandwich, and talked me into going on the road with the Gap band.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Stories, man. Stories.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys, I love to hear the stories. I'm just curious, Roman, how do you transition from Total X then to go play for Stevie Wonder? I
Yeah.
mean, like, yeah, how do you transition?
His name is
Well,
Roman Johnson.
Roman can
That's all
do
you need to know.
anything.
Exactly.
okay, they said it all. Nah. But, I mean, for the most part, I had to audition and do all of that stuff too. But we're talking about music that has always been deep down inside of us,
Yeah.
and so I was able to make that transition basically just from knowing and loving R&B music and knowing his
Yeah.
music too. Um, and when you talk about singers, probably Charlie at that time was one of the closest sounding
Yep.
Right.
singers,
To
and
Stevie.
to Stevie, and that was the thing that really attracted me. Besides the whole uh, elements of Parliament Funkadelic that was a
Yeah.
part of Gap as well.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not that big of a transition. You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
terms of that, but yeah, that's how it goes down.
And let me just say this, Mr. Oliver, did I read Pastor Minister?
No, just Oliver is fine. You put too much pressure on me when you say pastor. I gotta put my line down. I can't cuss no more. Then nobody won't want to go on the road with the band. I gotta quit the band. Just
Hey,
You've
Rob,
been
that's why
elevated to
we
bishop,
just say
man. Like
oh.
you're
We
supposed
just
to be a
call him
bishop.
O. We just say O.
Just yeah,
Just O. Just O.
Bishop O.
You know, I would like to say one thing though. My two greatest influences, even though you may not always hear it in my music, Stevie Wonder, number one. I started listening to Stevie when I was young. Stevie's about 4 years older than maybe 5.
Mhm.
But Stevie Wonder and Earth, Wind, and Fire, my two greatest influences. And I owe Roman Johnson. He's the guy that also introduced me to Stevie Wonder for the very first time. And I didn't, I never thought I would meet him. But Roman and we were, as a matter of fact, it's crazy. I met Stevie in the cemetery.
That's right.
After Robert Wilson's funeral, Stevie
That's
actually
right.
came to the burial site because I was one of the pallbearers,
right.
and Roman brought me over to Stevie's vehicle, introduced me to Stevie Wonder, man. And then when they came to Houston, got me a prime seat, and I was able to take in the show, man. And just Stevie is like the prime influence on me as far as what it means to be a songwriter, a musician, producer, all in one. I mean, he was the paradigm for a lot of these guys. And so, yeah, thanks, Roman, for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
Everybody got them Stevie songs. I mean, the first time I met Stevie, I was actually at the house. We was living in Westlake Village. And Charlie called me on the phone and said, I want you to talk to somebody. And he put Stevie on the phone. And then he said, come on down to the studio. And I said, come on to the studio. I didn't even have a license at the time. And Charlie had a yellow Ferrari. I got in the car and drove all the way down there. And got there and went in to see Stevie. And I'm looking at his neck. And I'm just like, wow, this is Stevie Wonder.
He's got the neck of a football player.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. And then when he meets you, he got to feel you. He got to touch you. It's like, yeah, come here.
Yeah.
And Charlie, that's my son. That's my son. Yeah, okay. And I watched that song that Billy's talking about that he wrote.
Someday.
Charlie and Stevie going there, and Charlie was drinking Thunderbird at the time. and Stevie Wonder was eating had an Oreo cookie, and they was singing out of control, bro. It was funny. It was funny to him.
Well, listen,
Wow.
guys, let's give a shout out to Eddie Levert. That's on my list to do. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday,
Oh,
my
yeah.
Happy
friend.
birthday,
Yeah,
Eddie.
happy birthday, Eddie.
Birthday,
Yes,
Eddie.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
many more.
Birthday, baby.
Anything they got for him.
So we have one more video that I want to. You guys always leave the show with this one, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna close out because we're over time. But we got it. We got to do the party train.
All
Put it in.
right.
Put it in.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, hold on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why she keep hitting us
That
like that,
is
man?
Total X.
We got to get back out there, man. This time.
Yes.
I miss y'all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Total X family, thank you for being my guest today. It's been real, and keep giving us the music that we all want to hear. Well,
Most
we've come
definitely,
to
Samira.
the end of our
Thank you,
broadcast for
Roz.
tonight. Again, I want to sincerely thank you guys for sharing your talent with us. And do you have one person that wants to have final words of encouragement to others that you'd like to leave with? I don't
Oliver,
want them
go
to
ahead and
think
close it
that
out.
I don't
Well,
want them to think that you can just be a superstar. It takes work. Y'all been at it for a
Well-
long time.
But one of the things I wanted to say earlier, and I guess we can say it now, is that we're trying to do this because we believe we love to see people enjoy themselves, enjoy life, enjoy our music, and bring a good time. But there are forces out there, whether it's sickness, disease, people who are haters that are trying to come against us. And if you got any folk who follow you, Roz, I want to ask them to continue to pray for Total X as we endeavor to continue doing what we do and being who God made us to be, giving people this good music and this good time, this good energy. Y'all keep praying for us because it's tough. It's tough. It's not easy. You're right. And there are forces out there that are against us. And I'm not going to start calling names, anything like that. But we do this because we love doing it. And I believe every man has a right. Every man, every woman, every person has the right to be fulfilled and be everything God made them to be. And that's all we try to do, y'all. Mm-hmm. So pray for Total X. Yeah. Pray for Total X as we work hard to get this music by time. Yep. Go ahead, baby gal.
One more thing to go with that. Make your haters become your motivators. Trust me on that.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely.
Thank you, Roz.
Keep the faith. Thank you very much, Roz.
Thank you.
We love your show.
And for all the folk who tune in, we thank you all. Thank you all.
Yes,
thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Mm-hmm. All right, mute your mic so I can close out.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you all. This concludes our episode 17. And thank you for rocking with your girl, Roz, and our special guest, Total X Band. Listen, next week, tell a friend, bring a friend. We have the one and only, wait for it, Jeffrey Osborne will be in the house on Roz's Happy Hour. Thank you, and we appreciate your support. It means everything. Be safe out there. Pack that emergency bag and keep us here in California in your prayers for safety. We'll see you next time, next week.